They help families who have no one else to turn to. Now some local charities are crying out for help. Good morning, I'm Shannon Smith in for Brad Jones and Cindy Farmer. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and thanks for starting your day with us. Your news is coming up in just a moment. First though, Tom Britt has more on this Thanksgiving foggy forecast.
Yeah, aren't you glad you got that foghorn option in your new vehicle when you bought it? Yeah, okay, you didn't get that? Take a look here. This is Greensboro. No, trust me, this is Greensboro. You just can't see it through the fog. There is a dense fog advisory until 9 o'clock this morning. It's currently at 41 degrees. Visibility is definitely down to 0 this morning. That fog advisory, like I say, covers the entire viewing area. Eventually, that will burn off. We'll see a high around 62. Overnight tonight, down to around 36.
Local shelters and food pantries come to the aid of people in need all the time. Now, the roles are reversed. Some organizations are having to get the handouts so they can continue to give. Fox 8's Chad Tucker talked to some volunteers in Thomasville where they say the need is greater than ever because of major job losses.
Do surveys to make sure that we're serving people as they would like for us to.
For Edward Maynard, it's the first time turning to the Fairgrove Family Resource Center for food, a small nonprofit food pantry in Thomasville.
Well, I gotta have help. I gotta feed my youngins.
You want to go down the ramp or the stairs?
This time last year, Maynard had a good job in the furniture industry. He's now laid off, and the stress is creating health problems like high blood pressure. But he's without health insurance or money to get treatment.
My unemployment's getting ready to run out at the end of this month, and it's just...
What keeps you going?
Lord, pray, guide me.
He's not alone in turning for help.
If it wasn't for the food bank, it would be difficult.
But for the food bank, donations are down while the need is up.
The people that used to support us are now actually coming through the doors to get help.
Director Terry Nelson says they see 40 new families from Thomasville each month.
Unfortunately, sometimes we're suffering more than those in the urban areas because people don't have even the transportation to get out of this county to get another job.
A sign of crisis. There's no jobs in this town.
In Lexington, at Crisis Ministry of Davidson County, food pantry shelves are bare too, and their shelter is full for the first time since it opened in 1981.
Last month we saw 249 new people that has never walked through these doors before in our shelters.
Men, women, families.
We have turned people away.
The Fairgrove Family Resource Center plans to hold an auction to help raise money to keep its doors open. Some of the items up for bid include autographs from Miley Cyrus, autographed NASCAR gear, and Bob Timberlake furniture. The money will support the food pantry, backpack programs, and Christmas for kids. The auction is on December 5th at 5 p.m. It will be at Fairgrove Elementary School in Thomasville. For most people, the holidays are always spent with family and friends, but health officials just want to make sure you're only spreading holiday cheer and not germs. The CDC is concerned they could soon be seeing more H1N1 flu cases.
One of the things that's been noticed virtually every year with seasonal flu is that you always have an uptick of infections at a time when there are family gatherings and a lot of travel. So that's what we're concerned about now when we're in the middle of this H1N1 situation, that we don't want to see it tick back up because it's starting to go down a little.
The CDC released a plan aimed at keeping everyone healthy. Officials advise people not to travel when they are sick. They say remember to wash your hands often and, of course, avoid coughing or sneezing into your hands. And finally, officials say the best way to protect yourself is to get the H1N1 vaccine. Emergency officials say they see more elderly patients this time of year, but it's not because they are prone to illness during the holidays. Doctors say it's because people who have not seen their elderly relatives all year panic when they do. Relatives get really concerned about their senior family members' health and are more likely to rush them to the hospital, sometimes unnecessarily. The hospital says the number of elderly patients they see can go up anywhere from 10 to 20% during the holiday season. A blood drive will be held in the memory of a fallen Winston-Salem police sergeant. Last month, Sergeant Mickey Hutchins was fatally wounded. The Red Cross is holding a blood drive tomorrow at the First Baptist Church of Yadkinville. It starts at 9:30 and will go until 2 o'clock. Call 919-4644 extension 308 to make an appointment. More news now about the deadly shooting that happened in Fort Hood, Texas. It claimed the lives of 13 people and wounded dozens of others. Yesterday, a second soldier was laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery. Meanwhile, a soldier who was injured during the shooting is now at home recovering. A bullet is permanently lodged in Army Reservist Grant Moxon's right thigh. He admits the memories of that day haunt him, but today he's more thankful to be home on Thanksgiving than ever before.
I hit the ground, laid there for a second trying to get my bearings, and then went and dragged myself behind a desk, hid back there, and then myself and a few other people were hiding back there. And then once we saw a group of people making a break for it, we all ran out of the building. And
the alleged Fort Hood gunman, Major Nidal Hassan, is charged with 13 counts of murder. The Prime Minister of Britain says NATO is ready to send more enforcement into Afghanistan. Prime Minister Gordon Brown says 10 nations are willing to offer up more than 5,000 troops. He did not say which countries, though. Meanwhile, President Obama is expected to make an announcement next week about when and how many U.S. troops he'll be deploying overseas. Military officials have asked him to send tens of thousands more.
If you're just now getting up and joining us, you haven't yet looked outside, I just wanted to warn you before you do that all that fog is not just between your ears. It's also out there today.
Thanksgiving is the reason why some local students learned a life-changing lesson.
Yes, I would like kids my age to take that this type of stuff can really happen if you really work hard for it.
Find out what it all had to do with a holiday bird.